Hey, these are some philosophical discussions that have been developing. I'm going to let the thing read it because uh, I'll go first in English.
1. There is a power to annul the silence with which universal consciousness has built, upon the dry land of passing time's maturity of civilization, a way in which the descriptive gathering of words from the elements of immaterial and/or abstract concepts divide, as would a recreator of the same world sciences and arts, this same dry land from water, air, and to a lesser and yet much greater degree the momentary nature of fire and its multitudinous levels of strength, as well as its innate ability to transmute one form of matter into that of another. The power of the sentence structure to take ontology's universal study of being, and, through what is best described to be the microcosmic encapsulation of language itself, predicate through ontology's mere abbreviation therewith the subject and/or proposition referred to, but without the elements of time and specially divided place that are the parentage of what our senses perceive, we would not know distance to be, in actuality, our closest connection to whatever is nearest our reach. Paul A. Bedard, copyright sign, June 15, 2020. 2. Is it an absolute actuality that prototype, while being to us the singularism of whatever object we duplicate from that particular object's definition, can never, by the human train of thought, be visualized in its original definition's singularity of purpose? Is ontology both the parent and, at once, the child of prototype? Nothing we create through definition can be visualized if all our gathered senses perceive that particular object without a single variation from that object's intended usage. What does a chair, table, or instrument of travel look like if all its varied nuances are abstracted from the differentiations? What is a chair beside an object we create to sit in? It is, in actuality, not what defines its being, but instead everything that isolates one or more particulars of its universally applied prototype, and gives that singular derivative of its composite being, whether that be its weight, shape, color, texture, curvature, or compartmentalization defined through separating what unifies its characteristics. An isolated individuality of enumerated one is that separates it from any other model of it parent and unvisualizable prototype through definition's ideal being. Paul A. Bedard, copyright sign, June 15, 2020. 3. Are only modalities of material being capable of being ontologized and epistemologized from an original prototype, or are modalities of action, motion, and various vehicularities readily adapted into ontology and epistemology by their own defining characterization concerning that of action? I would think that, not only people, places, and things can be studied, but modes co-involving trajectory, impasse, and causation born of effectuality are, also, as to the swiftly overtaken carriage thrown into half, sown visaged relief a birthstone mother unpretending prologue, overture, or the more so cinematically eclipsed confluences of three that recreate, with each following faith and hope, the erudition that tips the sun-orbiting spheres from the axis whenever a lifelong body of work, illegitimatized by the moment to hand, is, as well, the only link to the same art's varied landscape sooner than later looked back upon by humanity's innate refusal to annul its carbonated flame a second time from that of transcendence, transmutability, or the waking into first light's reconsidered call and response thereunto. What was old is each next day remade new. 4. Anthropology is an off-branch born from a sister-parented science. Vaguely unenumerated or yet definable existentialisms, highly individuate and idiosyncratic systems pertaining whatever adapts itself from the contingent climates, innately conceived trilogies so central to the linear concerns all, aborting art and science therewith, and last and first of all, Paul A. Bedard, copyright sign, June 16, 2020. 5. The looser be the knit, the high is the climb. And if these very words don't fit the thought that rule your mind, To the hair-braiding servant of love's queen be righteous kind yet unexplained by the rain-swept posted sign 6. There's never been a water that won't be brought to boil. There's nowhere to be found my friend in earth annexed of soil. And from my doorstep to the mountains the air is kindly wove. And I am taught each day anew to shoe the horse in time to ride either side of roads ordained by history herself to serve the bread and wine to the mountains climb. A feasting few in ancient dress by the rest that dine where no other land knew also posted signs of retinue that find us all sighted blind by black and white believed to be by law what is arbitrary truth overseen elsewhere by perspectives deep. Sought signs. Paul A. Bedard copyright sign. June 16, 2020. 7. The farther western lands were dry as dry can be and through the weave they gave to fade a mountain-footed lynx did you see and hear the time draw near the very future that was, as well, your past. The multitudes of choirs sing repasts that redefine the fast as last. Anthropomorphize where others more so pass the gates of freedom inquired lines of measured line and circle thinly fine and fretted strings attuned to otherworldly acousticality of liberty where even angel wing above the trees of pine. Paul A. Bedard copyright sign. June.
And this is
Il y a un pouvoir d'annuler le silence avec lequel la conscience universelle a construit, sur la terre sèche de la maturité du temps qui passe de la civilisation, une manière dont la collecte descriptive des mots des éléments des concepts immatériels ou abstraits divise, comme le ferait un recréateur des sciences et des arts du même monde, cette même terre sèche de l'eau, de l'air, et à un degré moindre et beaucoup plus important la nature momentanée du feu et ses niveaux de force multitudinaux, ainsi que sa capacité innée à transmuter une forme de matière dans celle d'une autre. Le pouvoir de la structure des phrases de prendre l'étude universelle de l'être et, à travers ce qui est le mieux décrit comme étant l'encapsulation microcosmique du langage lui-même, prédicat à travers des ontologies simplement abréviation avec le sujet ou la proposition mentionnée. Mais sans les éléments du temps et le lieu spécialement divisés qui sont la filiation de ce que nos sens perçoivent, nous ne saurions pas la distance d'être, en réalité, notre connexion la plus proche de tout ce qui est le plus proche de notre portée. Paula. Bedard droit d'auteur 15 juin 2020. 2. Est une réalité absolue que prototype, tout en étant pour nous le singularité de tout objet que nous dupliquons de la définition de cet objet particulier, ne peut jamais, par le train humain de la pensée être visualisé dans sa singularité de définition originale de but. Et l'ontologie à la fois le parent et, à la fois, l'en.
okay. And that is the end of the